Joining us now, National Security Council Coordinator for Strategic Communications at the White House, retired Rear Admiral John Kirby. Admiral, why don't we start with, we haven't talked about in just a bit here, the hostages and the complicating factors here of trying to get them out alive and some of the strategies that we know Hamas might be using to use these people in their warfare.
Well, we unfortunately don't have a whole lot of more information this morning, Mika, about where they are, what kind of groups they might be, and whether they're being moved around. We don't even know the full total hostage pool, certainly for Americans. We think a small number of Americans are in that group, but it could rise. We still have some 15 accounted for Americans. We don't know where they are. It's entirely possible that some of them could be also being held hostage. What I can tell you is we're working very, very hard. You saw Secretary Blinken in the region over the course of the weekend, working hard to try to get as much information as we can so that we can develop effective policy solutions here to get them home with their families where they belong.
You know, Admiral, we've been talking this morning about the fact that a lot of Arab countries will put out great press releases talking about how much they support Palestinian civilians, and then they don't do a damn thing for them.
They have nowhere to go.
Haven't for a very long time. When I talk to Arab leaders across the region, it just bluntly, they hold the Palestinian people and certainly Hamas in contempt. That being said, there is a massive humanitarian crisis that is building right now in Gaza. And I know that Secretary Blinken and the entire administration is working hard to get Egypt to open up their border, to have a humanitarian corridor so those Palestinians can get out with their families with, of course, the right to return. The guaranteed right to return. Nobody's talking about emptying out Gaza. But while the fighting is going on, for them to go out with their families and be safe until they can again return and rebuild their lives. What can you tell us about our ongoing talks with Egypt to please open up that humanitarian corridor?
Well, you saw Secretary Blinken was in Egypt yesterday working on this very, very hard and very directly, very candidly with our Egyptian counterparts. You're absolutely right. The humanitarian situation in Gaza is getting worse by the day, if not by the hour. There are thousands and thousands of people now that have left the north part of Gaza and are trying to get down south to that Rafah gate. We want to make sure that they can get out. And just as you said, Joe, we want to make sure, and this is the other thing that Secretary Blinken's working on, is making sure that humanitarian assistance can get in, because not everybody's going to want to leave. We got to make sure food, water, medicine, all that kind of stuff can get in. So we are working on this very, very hard. I wish I had better results to talk to you guys about today, but we're still really, really hard at work on it.
Admiral, good morning. It's Jonathan Lemire. A little news from your colleagues there. President Biden was slated to travel to Colorado today. White House is now saying that trip is off. He'll remain at the White House to monitor national security meetings. There's been some speculation that he may be planning a trip to Israel in the coming days. Please give us an update on that. But moreover, we heard from the president last night on 60 Minutes say that he does not believe Israel should occupy Gaza at the end of this coming conflict. Has that message been communicated directly to Prime Minister Netanyahu, and what's been the response?
Well, I won't talk about our private conversations with the Prime Minister. You can imagine that we talk about all manner of issues here with respect to this war against Hamas that they're conducting. And, President Biden is not afraid to be very candid and forthright with Prime Minister Netanyahu. They've known each other a long time, don't agree on everything. He never shies away from speaking his mind. On travel, I just don't have any announcements to speak to today in terms of travel. We're obviously staying laser focused on this war against Hamas. That's why Secretary Blinken is still in the region. In fact, he's going to Israel today to talk once again to our Israeli counterparts about the conversations he's been having, to Joe's point, in the Arab world there in the Middle East. And we'll just, we'll stay focused on this. And the president will be staying home here at the White House today to focus on national security issues. He'll be meeting with his national security team. Obviously, this will be the top of the agenda of those discussions.
John, do you know how many Americans are stuck inside Gaza? And what are you doing to try and ensure their safety and if possible, get them out?
We want to get them out. We absolutely want to get them out, but the only way to really do that is through that Rafah gate in the south, which is another reason why Secretary Blinken has been working on this very, very hard. I don't know that we have a very specific fingertip feel of exactly what the number is, but it's clearly in the hundreds at least. And again, we're working at this, and it's not just the Americans, Caddy. It's also so many other people that live there of foreign nationality, but also Palestinians who want to get away from the fighting. And Hamas is literally, and I heard your guest previously, they are literally throwing up roadblocks. So it's Egypt. Certainly, we got to work through Egypt to get that gate open. But Hamas is actually making that travel to the south much, much harder.
I can imagine. Retired Rear Admiral John Kirby, thank you so much for updating us. We'll see you soon.